Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here fresh out of work. Got the text from my buddy Miguel this morning about WWE laying off wrestlers yet once again. I mean, this is like the third time in a year that we've had a big just string of talent let go all on the same day. We've had some days when some lesser known talent from like NXT, there's been a lot of executives. Well, I got no clue what's going on, but basically when it comes down to it, you see a name like Braun Strowman cross the desk as a release. I think that honestly, Braun Strowman getting released is a big deal. This is the guy that this year at WrestleMania, he fought Shane McMahon. He was in a WWE Championship match as of last month. He seemed like he was a big part of Monday Night Raw. The one thing about Braun Strowman that I can say honestly about more than anybody on the roster is that Braun Strowman, 9 months out of the year, honestly really seemed like he mattered. Like he was a big part. And then all of a sudden, come January, for the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, Braun Strowman was non-existent. And I'm not talking about just like a 1 month ordeal. I'm talking about pretty much the whole time that he was in WWE. WrestleMania 32, of course, he was just, walking out there with the Wyatts. He was in an ordeal with The Rock, when The Rock came out there and he had that 3-second match against the Vintner. But, after that, I think it was in Orlando for 33. He just picked some guy out of the crowd. It was a kid. Became tag team champions, beating The Bar. And then, of course, WrestleMania 36, he has his moment in the sun, winning the championship. He won the championship in, I guess you can say, the main event match for the title against, he beat Goldberg, but he was in a match he wasn't even supposed to be in. If the whole COVID thing didn't break out and Corona was running wild, and Roman said, hey, it's safe for me to stay home than it is for me to, keep going to the Performance Center and chancing, messing up, how much he got sick a couple of years ago. And he just basically stayed home. They plugged Braun Strowman in. Some people said that was the backup plan all along, and that's the reason why he wasn't booked. A lot like how, Mr. Wonderful didn't have a match at WrestleMania 3, even though he was such a big name in WWE at the time, because of the fact that, if Andre wasn't able to have the match, they could at least have Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, against Hogan, and that would be a main event style match. It wouldn't really, classify running the Silver Dome and putting 93,000 fans in those seats, but at least, they would be able to go home happy getting to see a main event match like that. Of course, that helped do WrestleMania 1. But, Strowman getting released. He's easily a name that is going to find work in wrestling if he wants to. He could go to an AEW, he could go to an Impact, and he could really fit in. AEW, for the main part, it seems like they pick up WWE legends, like they're going out of style. But, besides for, some here and there along the way, if you weren't, sort of already out of WWE and you've been in AEW since its birth, they're not really picking a lot of guys up unless they're like a talent like Rusev that is kind of like a made guy. He's already kind of has a big name. They've already got enough, mid-card job guys, I guess you could say. And Strowman, being able to go in there and say that he's a former WWE champion, I think that he's already set for the job. So it sucks for Strowman. I can easily say that at no part in WWE was he ever, over with me. I was never a huge Braun Strowman fan. I think it sucks that something's going on there. I mean, they've got the ratings that they've got. They've got the television deal. Yeah, they're not touring. I'm sure they're still selling, boxes of merch WWE shop day in and day out. You know that the company's making money. It doesn't really make sense why these wrestlers are getting let go, especially right before the big push of COVID being over. They're going back on the road. They're going on tour. Some people have basically said that the company might be up for sale, and they're just trying to get the numbers down so the new company who takes over doesn't have a lot of overhead right off the bat. But we shall see. Braun Strowman out of WWE. Crazy day.